Welcome. Before you travel abroad to start working in China, it is important that you know history, politics, geography, and economics of China, as well as social norms and mannerisms. Also, business strategies that will execute positive results are important.
China has the largest population of any country on Earth, with more than 1.35 billion people. As a result of this huge population, the Chinese government introduced the one-child policy in 1979 to help slow population growth. The major cities in China include Beijing, which is the capital, Shanghai, and Hong Kong.
China borders 14 other countries, including Russia, Mongolia, and North Korea. China covers 9.8 million square kilometers. China contains high points, including Mount Everest, and low points, including the Taklamakan Desert.
Over the past 25 years, China has had one of the fastest growing economies in the world. The GDP is 9.24 trillion US dollars. However, the poverty rate is at 10%. The official language of the People's Republic of China is Mandarin. The Chinese Communist Party is officially atheist, but it has been growing more tolerant of religious activity for the past 20 years.
In 1949, Communist revolutionary Mao Zedong officially proclaimed the existence of the People's Republic of China and named himself head of state.
In 2008, China hosted the Summer Olympics in Beijing. The date of the opening ceremony was on the 8th of August, 2008, as the number 8 is a lucky number in China. Over the past 25 years, China has had the fastest growing major economy in the world, with an annual growth rate of more than 10%. China's currency is the yuan. China recently released the names of 100 fugitives who are suspected of corruption. These fugitives range from bank managers to government officials. The most common charges are embezzling, bribery, and fraud.
Before beginning our analysis, recognize that the following qualities are valued by the Chinese and therefore relevant to your Chinese business interactions today: saving and giving face, respect for elders and rankings, patience, politeness, modesty.
When it comes to handshakes, ensure that you are not too aggressive. In Western business context, you've probably found yourself in squeezing contest. Who has the stronger grip? In China, the question will be, who lets go first? Don't be shy about holding on. It is meant well. Hand out business cards to the most senior official first. Chinese use both hands when giving and receiving anything of value, including business cards. Take a moment to look at and acknowledge the individual's card. Have your own cards translated into Chinese on the back side. Your title is important. This is how your host will determine who should be invited to meetings, what weight your words carry, and where you will be seated.
As you can see, China is very different compared to the United States when it comes to the Hofstede dimensions, particularly in individualism and power distance, which is why we will go into more detail on these two dimensions next.
China scores very low on individualism, making it a collective society. China believes in group control and responsibility. They view themselves as a we instead of an I. They sacrifice for one another to reach a common goal. They depend on the social unit. Everyone in the group receives equal credit, and belief is at the hand of fate.
China is a high power distance society. They do not feel comfortable in a participative work setting. They just want to be told what to do. They have a high dependence on their supervisors and are an authoritarian society, which means the leaders make the decisions. Class divisions are normal, and power symbols are very important. They also have a top-down communication system.
Situation 1. Danny, an American who was recently hired at a company in China, has begun to realize that though he has the highest sales and is a very hard worker, he has been passed over for promotion. How should Danny bring this issue up to his boss?
How are you?
How are you?
How are you? Doing well.
Thank you.
Alright guys, we have a lot of work to do this week, so let's start the meeting so everyone can get back to work. Due to the debut of Apple Watches, we are assigning Kendall as the product manager. So make sure we keep up the sales.
Sir, I don't think this is fair at all. What makes her any better at her job than me? My sales are way higher. I don't agree with this.
What went wrong? Danny did not realize that the Chinese put an emphasis on hierarchical power. This means that they highly respect authority and power. According to the Hofstede dimensions, China has a very high score on power distance, which means the employees would never talk back to their boss.
So we are assigning Kendall as the product manager, so keep up the sales.
Thank you.
All right, it's going, sir. Thank you for responding to my email about the new product manager. Is this still a good time to meet?
Yes, what are your concerns?
Well, I think Kendall's a great employee, but I was wondering what I could do to put myself in a position to get this opportunity next time. Do you have any advice to make me a more effective employee?
First, I appreciate you coming to talk to me alone. Second, I would love to share some tips to help you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
How did Danny improve? Danny did not embarrass his boss in front of his coworkers. Rather, he emailed him and sat down in a private and respectful manner. He also asked what he could do to help the company more to hopefully get a promotion in the future, rather than challenging his boss's decisions.
Situation 2. Brittany, a new boss sent to China from America, is trying to have her employees assess one another to see who deserves the large bonus.
Good morning, everyone. Sales have been great this month, but I was hoping that each of you could assess your colleagues' performance on these sheets so I can determine who to give the bonus to.
One bonus?
Yes.
For one person?
Yes. Thank you.
What went wrong? Brittany did not realize that China is a highly collective culture. This means that they focus on the group rather than the individual. So by asking them to rank each other to see which one person deserves the bonus makes the Chinese uncomfortable.
Good morning, everyone. I have great news today. Because your team has worked so hard and so well together, you have reached record sales this month. I would like to reward each of you a small bonus for all of your hard work as a team.
Good job.
Nice work. How did Brittany improve? Instead of rewarding just one person, Brittany decided to treat her employees as a collective team. This way, she rewards everyone as a team for their hard work that they did together, rather than rewarding them individually.
This information, along with the tip sheet we have provided you, should prepare you for a successful time working in China. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to ask us.